let's watch Kenny talk about Chris Paul getting cut from the Clippers. Cause I need to know more about this shit, bro.
Go home, y'all. They sent them home out of nowhere. This is weird, man. This is weird because this is the first big piece of NBA news that I wasn't awake for. I was awake when Kawhi got traded there. I was awake for the Luka Doncic thing pretty much every other time. But this is the one time I was asleep, man. I felt like Whip Chatterley. I just never really sleep. And then the one time we got news about my GOAT, I wasn't there. So imagine my surprise when I wake up. I don't traditionally check my phone immediately. I got hit with a flashbang of so many different notifications like, oh, Kenny not going to feel good when he woke up. And I don't feel good because I may have seen the last game of my GOAT's career. This is crazy. Now, the reason he got sent home, because Chris Paul was vocal and critical of the team. Team is bad right now. I made a video just a week ago saying, hey, they're bad, but don't worry. They'll right the ship at least a little bit. Don't worry. OKC's not about to have a top pick, and they've only done nothing but lose since then. They had a game a couple nights ago in Miami where the Miami Heat went on a 30-2 run. They were down by 38 points. And shout out to the Heat because they put that smackdown out. Shout out to Norman Powell for his revenge. But they've done nothing else but lose. So Lou Will says this. And no disrespect to Lou Will. He's obviously still tapped into the Clipper organization and all, but I wanted just a little bit more confirmation, so I waited, and just a few minutes ago, Shams Charania confirmed it. Chris Paul and his leadership style clashed with the Clippers, sources tell ESPN. Paul had been vocal in holding management, coaches, and players accountable, which the team felt became disruptive, specifically Tyronn Lue, who was not on speaking terms with Paul for a few weeks. This is so insane.
That's nuts. That's crazy. That is insane. It was absolutely insane. This also isn't like we're not talking about like some random player. We're talking about Chris Paul, the point god, Chris Paul. One of literally the most respected people in the NBA. Like not just from players, but from coaches, staff, like the fucking administration of the NBA. Like we're talking about Chris fucking Paul. And Ty Lue's not on speaking terms with him for weeks. Yo, Ty Lue, get out of here, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, if this was my team, it's not my team, but also Portland Trailblazers. Like if this was my team, I'd want him fired. Actually, I would want Ty Lue fired because I don't care about. I'm sorry, a coach not being on speaking terms with one of their core players is insane. Chris Paul is like 40, but he still has the basketball mind. Everyone has said that once Chris Paul retires, he should be a coach or in some type of head office role, GM, whatever it may be. Like, and you're not on speaking terms because he was holding you accountable. Also, like, sidebar, can I please look up the NBA Clippers and what is y'all's record right now? You are 5-16. You are 14th in the West. Like, I'm like, no. No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. You are that far down in the Western Conference, and you're deciding to just ghost one of your core players who is actively trying to make this team better. Again, y'all are 5-16. Y'all have lost at this moment 5 games in a row. You have lost your mind, Ty Lue. You've lost your mind. So yeah, if I was a Clippers fan, I'd want him fired. 100%. I don't care that it's this early on in the season. Honestly, now's the perfect time to fucking do it. And this is just another example of the Clippers in the past years have had potential. They are a potential man of the NBA. They are a potential man. Ever since Kawhi got on their team, not saying this is like Kawhi's fault or anything. Like ever since Kawhi has got on this team, the expectations for the Clippers have been one of the best teams in the NBA. Not just in the Western Conference, but in the fucking league. People have been expecting the Clippers for years to almost be championship contenders. Sorry, I don't know why I blanked. Um, Championship contenders for the past couple years. Y'all had Paul George and Kawhi on the team for years. It didn't work out. Guess what? Paul George gets shipped to Philly. Also, the only success that they've ever had in the past couple years was what they made it to the conference finals or the second round because of Paul George. Man, y'all are tripping. And here, look, yeah, let me pull it up. 5-16. They've lost their last 5.
Expect him to be good. I don't think people expect him to be this bad. We're shooting like 30% from the field, 20% from three is really, really bad right now. But I think the thing that bothers me the most about this, and I'm trying to look at this from a level-headed perspective and not just try to immediately side with my GOAT because he is my GOAT, is that you knew who Chris Paul was as a guy. He has always been a dude that has been abrasive, maybe? Maybe that's the wrong word.
Kenny's going off on a great point. When Chris Paul was on the Thunder a couple years back, in the Thunder, he came in as a cold-hearted veteran. Um, People at that time thought Chris Paul might retire during that time. Um, but he brought in leadership into the Thunder organization, held young NBA talent accountable for their actions and how they play and how they go about their business. And go back, what was it? Maybe just a couple seasons ago. Hey, past Shelton. This is post editing Shelton from the very next day. Um, After that previous clip, I go on a whole tangent about a specific time when Chris Paul was on the OKC Thunder. But I actually got the years wrong. For some reason, I decided that it was the 21-22 season or the 22-23 season. That's obviously wrong. No idea what I was thinking. It was the 2019-2020 season, the year after Russell Westbrook and Paul George got traded away from the team. But I know that what I was talking about, I just got the seasons wrong. So, hey, we'll be better in the future. Enjoy the rest of the video. He went in there and actually got some shit done. Like, that is crazy. And then what happens the very next year? Thunder. 23-24. First in the Western Conference. Second overall in the entire league. Made it to the second round, got beat by Luka. But like, what were y'all expecting?
Have been somebody that has been, I don't know, pretty stern with the way he's carried himself in the NBA. Former player or former teammates will tell you sometimes they didn't like JJ Redick and him on the same team, and JJ says we didn't like each other. Like people have known this has been Chris Paul's style, so much so that even now, with him being one of the greatest point guards of all time, he's going through what should be somewhat of a farewell tour as he officially announces this is his last season, and people don't care because coaches, players, and even NBA fans have grown to dislike him because of some of his own court antics. But the Clippers knew this. This motherfucker, he's the best player in franchise history. It is like, I'm assuming what he's doing right now, his leadership style, the way he's talking to the team, the way he's talking to coaches, is nothing new. He didn't just wake up at the age of 40 and say, I'm about to turn into a whole different dude. He's always been this way. So you knew that when you signed him. There's been a lot of conversations about the Clippers, obviously, over the offseason with the aspirations and Kawhi Leonard and so on and so forth. And the one place that the Clippers had held their hat as far as getting the fans excited and trying to steer away from those stories, like, hey, our GOAT is back. Their whole offseason marketing was about the old man Chris Paul being back in the old threads. Thank God I ain't about a jersey. I was this close.
Sorry, had to go.
Dog, the community noted it. Just a few days ago, most of all, you know, I'm in a Clippers uniform. CP3 will end his Hall of Fame career at home.
That's
I
nuts.
should be laughing, but it's like I don't know any other way to react to it. The Clippers announced that Chris Paul is no longer part of the team. So just a couple days ago, every single other tweet that they've had was about like the game stuff. You know, the only tweet outside of just telling you, "Hey, we're losing basketball games," has been about Chris Paul. And just a couple days later, he's gone. Now, again, the social team has nothing to do with what the top end management ever does. As somebody that knows people that run these accounts, they're not in the know about what the hell is going on. But it is still funny that's been their whole marketing this season, and he's just gone like that. God, these ads are crazy. This is just an article from Clutch Points. Not that these guys are the internet Bible when it comes to the NBA, but I just Googled greatest players in Clippers history. Just straight up. Number 1 is Chris Paul. Number 2 is Blake Griffin. Those two guys, right? After that, they got Bob McAdoo, they got Kawhi Leonard. But the top 2 dudes, the 2 best players in their franchise history, both in.
Imagine cutting the best player of your organization history. Imagine that. Imagine if the Minnesota Timberwolves cut Kevin Garnett. Like, yeah, they would get laughed at like the Clippers are now. Because y'all are so stupid. Like, I'm sorry, the Clippers organization is stupid. It is dumb. They have not done well in years. I mean, they've had some good regular season years. That is true. They've had some good regular season years, but like postseason, no, they have not had any postseason success besides that one postseason like well, just a couple of years ago with Paul George. But I'm still confused. Like, why even cut him? Like, why? Let me look up Chris Paul's contract. Like, he was only making 3.6 million, bro. Like, the Clippers organization is so fucking dumb.
With the team is leaving a
So
bad taste in the
dumb.
mouths of the players and the people that rooted for these people. Blake Griffin signed that big old contract where during the offseason they got him to sign to it. They had him up in the Raptors with like fucking Barack Obama. We want you to be a part of LA and forever. And then he gets traded a few months later. You have the clip where his first time back in LA, Steve Ballmer tries to walk over to him and he just gave him the cold shoulder. Like this is what you're doing to your franchise legends. Obviously, these dudes ain't win championships or win MVPs or so on, but it's the goddamn Clippers. They don't have championships. They don't have MVP caliber players other than Bob McAdoo. So yeah, these are your goats, and you're doing this to them. It's nuts. And I feel
I completely forgot about that with the Blake Griffin shit as well. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Clipper, like, I'm sorry. Like, if I'm a player, if I was, look at me. Yeah, I'm an NBA quality player. Um, if I was a player in the NBA, like legitimately, the Clippers would be an organization I would not go to. Like I wouldn't go there. They don't treat their players good either. Like there's something up with that organization. It is so fucking weird. Not only is it just every single time y'all have a competent team or on the like a high potential team of some sorts, um, they get injury riddled throughout the entire season. It always leads into the playoffs, or they get injured in the playoffs. It's 100% without a doubt it will happen. Um, so none of their players can stay healthy. One. Um, not only did their players riddled, have no success, and years past, that you can like lean back on and be like, oh, look at us. Because now you can even talk about that playoff run because guess who's gone? Paul George. So throw that out the fucking window. Um, like this organization is ridiculous, and now they don't even treat their past players well. Yeah, like Steve Ballmer trying to shake Blake Griffin's hand after they had literally said, we want you to be a Clipper for life, and then trades him like a couple months later. Yeah, if I'm Blake Griffin, I'm tight. I'm really tight. Because imagine it from their point of view, too. Like, from the player's point of view, I've settled up. I've got homes, families out here. Like, I've uprooted everything and moved over here if they haven't already lived, in the state or city or whatnot to play for the Clippers, and then y'all uproot me from that. I'd be tight. I'd be mad. I'd be mad as fuck.
For Clippers fans, right? Because everything I'm saying about this video is not about the fandom because people always say the Clippers are cursed. And I think Clippers fans are cursed, if that makes sense. They are cursed to have to wear the badge of being a Clipper fan.
Yep.
Just like Browns fans are cursed to wear the badge to say, I am a Browns fan. But sometimes the organizational thing is not the curse. If you treat your franchise goats like trash, then maybe you're not unlucky. Of being a negative presence on the team, Lou refused to meet with him. Lawrence Frank traveled to Atlanta to deliver the news of the parted ways. Paul's desired final season to be a Clipper. That's if this reads as true, or is this as true as it reads? It's inexcusable. If you are
And again, this is from Chris Haynes. This is a very, very, very reliable source. He's an incredible reporter on NBA news and drama and media and whatnot. Yeah, if Tyronn Lue refused to meet with him, I think it just goes back to my point of, I'm sorry, you gotta fire him. You actually do. You have to fire him. Because whether or not Tyronn Lue likes Chris Paul or not, he's a player on your roster. Also, the coach should be getting everyone together on the same goal. And if Chris Paul came to him and was like, hey, I'm hearing stuff about that I'm being a negative presence on the team, like, can we meet and talk? Because he must be confused or just some clarification or whatnot. Also, just actually, hold on. He's supposed to bring everyone together for the same common goal, and he is actively, as the coach, making his team worse. Not making his team glue anymore or anything. So guess what? Now the biggest news for your team, instead of your biggest news being, hey, we fucking suck this year, is, hey, we not only do we suck, but we hate our players. We hate our players. We can't. We're not going to stand behind them. We're not going to answer any questions. We're not going to have any meetings. If we don't like you, you're getting cut. This isn't like some type of like school club basketball or some fucking fraternity. He straight up got kicked out of the fucking, or you cut him. And now news is getting processed. This is big. This is huge fucking news. No one was expecting Chris Paul to get cut from the fucking team. Like, obviously, the team is bad, but like, he's on a minimum contract, so it's not even like if they moved him, if he would really do anything. Like, what, you could just go sign another guy on a minimum contract? And then not only that, Tyler doesn't even have the fucking balls to go and talk to Chris Paul about that they're gonna cut him. So Ty Lue took his own personal vendetta against a player and cut him because of it. Yeah, you're fired. You should be fired. You should not have a job. Like in the NBA. You should not have a job in the NBA. This is insane. He was on the fucking Suns. That's what it was. I was trying to think of where Chris Paul went. I wasn't expecting it to be like this bad. Starting this video. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. It's horrible. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. And I'm sorry, this will follow the Clippers until Ty Lue is fired. It will. I'm telling you right now, this will be number one example for players who are looking to move. I mean, unless the bag talks, you know. Sometimes the bag just talks. But this will be something that other players will look at when considering and be like, yeah, no, I'll go somewhere else. Refused to meet with him. And then Lawrence Frank had to travel to Atlanta to deliver the news. Team's already in Atlanta. Whole team is in Atlanta.
Desired final season to be a Clipper. That's if this reads as true, or is this as true as it reads? It's inexcusable. If you are supposed to be the head of the snake, the voice and the leader of a team, and I'm talking about the head coach and Tyronn Lue, to refuse to meet with a player under any circumstances. It could have been something small. It could have been something large. Under any circumstances, the guy that's supposed to be marching these dudes into battle every single night to completely ignore a player is just unacceptable. And Lawrence Frank just bowing to Lue in this circumstance instead of like, if okay, in my mind, if Tyronn Lue does this and I'm in Lawrence Frank's position, I say, hey, I hear both of y'all, but I want y'all to get into a room and I'll be there. I'll mediate it all. But there's no way we don't see each other and at least try to talk this out. Now, if we talk this
That
out
is
and it
crazy.
doesn't go positively,
That
and we
is
still
nuts.
want to part ways, and we still want to get rid of Chris Paul, then sure.
That's fucking crazy.
But there's no way we don't have the meeting, bro. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And it seems, again, the way it's reading from Chris, professional Chris Paul's part, to say, hey, man, I see how y'all looking at me right now. Can we just talk about it? Can we just talk about it one good time and whatever? Ooh, I'm so upset. I'm so frustrated, bro. The Clippers were stuck at Miami Airport yesterday for nearly 6 hours due to mechanical issues, specifically today the teams arrived to Atlanta. Okay, that's not important. That's just them probably getting another L tonight. Yeah, I mean, that's really what that boils down to. Oh, and also, Ryan Windhorst just went on radio and said that Giannis asked for a trade already. What the hell is happening in our league, baby? We're getting some juicy stories. I just wish that my GOAT wasn't a part of it.
Comic ass gold.
It seems like the organization. This is the last point I'll make, and I feel like I could keep talking for like an hour or so as things continue to break. It seems like this organization has lacked the ability to look themselves in the mirror and recognize wrongdoing.
Yeah.
To have somebody to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it just.
And that's what Chris Paul was trying to do. And you know, and they cut him for it. they cut him for it. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm a Clippers fan, I wouldn't show up to any other game for the rest of the season. Would not go. Um, what's the fucking point, dog? No, like, see, actually, at the end of the day, what is the point? What is the point of cutting Chris Paul? What does it do? It doesn't make your team better. It actively makes it worse. In the fact that they were listening and watching Chris Paul try and make this team better, and they said, nah, you gotta get out of here. You gotta leave. You gotta go. Like, this is what people call poverty franchises. It's great. Y'all have got all the fucking money in the world. Y'all are a big market team. Or a giant fucking market based in LA. Clippers have refused to look themselves in the mirror for years. Years on end. Um, and that is tragic for the fans. Absolutely tragic for the fans. Because now you actually have nothing to look forward to this year. Zero. Zilch. Nothing. Like, even when teams are having bad years, but they have that one player on their team that's like, hey, this is my last go around. Like, after this, I'm out. Like, that's always something to look forward to. Not only is it something for their team in particular to look forward to, it's like, oh my god, we get to watch Chris Paul in his last season on our team. But the entire league. Because now you've got people in each city that an NBA team is in going, when are the Clippers coming in town? Because it might be the last time I am going to be able to see Chris Paul play a game. Or it might be the first and last time to see Chris Paul play basketball professionally. And now you've got nothing. You've got absolutely nothing. And I mean, not only that, like your team doesn't really sign players that well. Like, y'all really struck a home run when you got Kawhi and PG years back, but like PG's gone. Kawhi's been fucking injury riddled the entire tenure of his Clippers career. Um, so all of that hype going into it and all of those years, especially with Paul George on the team, dissipates. Y'all then get, I mean, they do have. Yeah, can I see your players really fast? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, Lord have mercy, y'all. Lord have mercy. Got James Harden, Bradley fucking Beal, John Collins. Like, y'all piss me off. Y'all piss me off so much. Clippers have lost their mind. They have lost their fucking mind. What a sad, sad, sad
So happened that the
organization.
best player in their franchise history tried to do that and he got fired because of it. Again, I'm trying to find a tweet that I read from somebody that's really in the know when it comes to cap situations, but basically saying that they're not waiving him as of right now at least, and maybe that means that he might be a part of some type of trade package, and the net teams end up waiving him. Um, but I may never see my GOAT score another NBA basket. All right, bye.
What a sad, 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 sad time to be a Clippers fan. I mean, how fucking depressing. How depressing. Thank God I'm not one. Thank God I'm not one. Well, if this goes on YouTube, 'cause fuck it, I might just put it on YouTube. Um, like, comment, share, subscribe. You go check out Kenny and all of his stuff down below. Uh, W Video Kenny, always quick with his shit because I mean the news literally came out like what this morning or whatnot or super late at night I guess. But it came out this morning and he's already got a full 16-minute video out on it. W Mans. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna get up out of here. But like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for watching. Come check us out on Twitch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays from pretty much like 1 to 5 ish time. Is usually when I'm on. Might not start at 1, might not end at 5. You get the gist. But either way, peace and love, y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell. Love y'all. Deuce.